original intent. So people should have original intent, your original purpose, what you are intending. Do you want? What do you seek to do? You, not what people are trying to do. I tell my church that God has an intent for you. You have an intent for yourself. People have intent for you, and you equally have an intent for yourself. So there are 4 intents: the one coming from God, the one coming from the devil, the one coming from people, and the one coming from yourself. So if you're unable to bring the dichotomy to decide between which you are going to be fulfilling, you end up fulfilling other people's intent, because that is the original intent about you, the original intention concerning you. So you need to have your original, the one that suits you. Which one do you want? So usually I ask people, what do you want? It's not what they want, even in marriage. What do you want? Yes, the young man come to propose. What do you want from me? Like you as a person, what do you want?
So ladies should ask these questions. What do you want?
You have to ask. Do you know why? A little diversion.
Yeah.
Every female is an amalgamation of 7 different personalities. Okay. Because in the female is a mother. In the female is a wife. The female is a sister. In the female is a mother. Do you understand? So when a male comes to a sister, said, "Hey, I love you," you should find out, what do you want? Yeah. Do you want a wife? Sometimes a guy come around you, he's not looking for a wife in you. He just saw you as a lady he can go to party, clubs with. You know, you look elegant, you look catchy, you look presentable by his side for 7 minutes. So he likes that aspect of you, not necessarily to make you his wife. Somebody also look at you, hey, this lady will be a good mother. So he just want to marry because you'll be a good mother to his kids. Ladies should find out what the gentleman wants from you. If you don't find that, that is your original intent. So this year like this, we are talking about your original intent. What do you want out of the year? Because the year is full of, it's a pregnant year. Yeah. It is like a womb, not a tomb. Last year was a tomb. We've buried everything. This year is a womb, full of a lot of pregnancy for marriage, pregnancy for business, so many. But out of these many colossal, which one do you want to bet? Yeah. I want to bet this, I want to bet this. So people should sit within themselves and ask themselves, what do I want? That is your original intent. But why do I need to set intent? Is that your intent is your goal. And life is a football match. I keep telling people that sometimes life comes to you as a game, as warfare, as a puzzle, so many other stuffs of life. But this year is like it's a game. And you are the main player in your life game. Yeah. So this year you are the main player. So you are a player in the field of life. You are playing a game. And in the football match, there are goalposts and there are goals. Okay. So you need goals to score inside the goalpost. Your goalpost is your target. Okay. So on the field of play, everybody's attention is towards the goalpost. We all drive towards the goalpost. We push towards the goalpost. Free kick, throw, anything is towards the goalpost, because that's where you score your goal. Yeah. You need to set targets, your goals, which becomes where you are headed. You see what your car headlight shows you where you're going. Yeah. The exhaust is yesterday. So yesterday is a council check. Tomorrow is a promising note. Today is the real cash you have. Yeah. And guess what? How do you spend it? With a budget. Coming back to the word budget means that you should budget the year, plan for the year. Yeah. Planning for the year, that's your goal, the goal you want to score. So we need goals, we need intention, because without it you can't score in this life.
Yeah. And I also believe that as individuals, we have our values, we have our norms.
Yes.
Now, how do we set these intentions so that they align with our values?
Your values. But do you care to know that most individuals don't even know their values?
Exactly. I even wanted to ask.
Yes, most no idea of. All I'm trying to say is that most people don't even know themselves. Yeah. And once you don't know yourself, you may not even know your values. But those who know their values, how do you make sure that you set your goals to align with your values? I would have tried to mention, how do you find out the things that you value? Because your values are your your virtues. I, which comes back to intentions. Then R, which comes with your realities. What are your realities? I'm just using the virtues, to just explain all those stuff. So people should be able to ask themselves, what do you want? But to be able to set your intention to align with your goals, sorry. your values, your intention to align with your values. You should understand that I need to find out what really gets me sad. What really gets you excited? For example, whatever gets you sad, it means that you have what it takes to heal it.
Okay.
Yeah. But usually, what provokes us, we run away. You saw it as an eyesore because it irritates you. You can correct it.
Yeah.
I'm prone to excellence. So when I enter into a room and I see the chairs are not well organized, I say, so I want to that. So I like fixing stuff. So when I see people living disordered life, it doesn't irritate me. That's my calling. Once I see disorder, I know that because disorder irritates me. Whatever irritates me, I have what it takes to fix it. So you should look within yourself. What irritates you? What gets you sad? What do you really love? Whatever you love determines what you contain, something you contain. So people should be able to look at this dimension, and then you decide to set now your values, your goals, or your intention to align with your value. But there are two basic things you can easily do if all I've said it's not applicable to the individual. The first thing is that your life goes the direction of your dominant thought. Okay. So what do you think of mostly? What occupies you mostly? Yeah, your dominant thought. Your life goes the direction. See, you are not here. You are where your mind is.
How can the person set an intention that aligns with that? So that is the person's dominant thought.
Yes, good. Yeah. So anybody who wants to leave the country, few things can happen to the person. Number one, you become very ineffective wherever you are because of the idea that I'm going to be leaving the country. So you will not be ready to commit to anything effective here. So all those who have this mindset, oh, I want to leave the country. Even this year, I'm going to be leaving the country. If you are not too careful, you become inactive. It's just like maybe you are working here, and maybe I'm going to be leaving this place in the next 6 months. If you are not too careful, you won't become effective again. But the mistake is that your last days anywhere should be your best.
Exactly.
Because you will become a memory. What will you be remembered for? So your last day. So anybody who want to travel out, your mind is fixated on leaving the country. How do you set your intention to align with that? Be sure that you really want to travel out. Most people don't have intent; they only have interest.
It's true.
If your intent is not a real intent, it's just a natural or a normal desire, chances are that you will lack the commitment. Because you need to be very dogged in your commitment to pursue it. Because the proof of desire is pursuit. So if we see what you are ready to pursue, it proves your desire. So anybody who wants to even leave the country, how do you set your intentions to align with that? We should be sure that the traveling you are going, you are sure. Because the first law of progress is the law of conviction. That states that before you start, be convinced. Most people are not convinced in the beginning. It's just a normal wish.
Yeah.
So wishes can become horses.
Right.
Yes.
So someone might be you and would want to have a personal experience of you.
Yes.
Like something you have experienced.
Of course.
So can you share with us, something you have done, or an intention you set for yourself that manifested appropriately? So
last year, when I started doing media tours, one of my main area was relationships, and then emotional health. Because I am an emotional intelligence specialist, so I go around talking about emotional intelligence, blah, 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 blah. But I discovered that there's a gap within the space. There are so many programs that address the concern of women. So you see a program like Today, something woman, but the men have no particular content address the mental, the emotional, psychological well-being of men. So I said, no, I can put up a program, a show that address the concern of men. So guess how? So because of that, I knew what to do. I have to now have a plan. I programmed the plan, then I pursue it. So I decided to develop a TV program, basically for men. I get my point. Basically for men, called Mandahab Unplugged. Mandahab is the word the man, the dad, the husband, so segmented. You must program your plan. A program plan becomes daily routine or daily goals for you to be able to pursue. And we get it done, and it's been running.
Wow. Yeah. That's very interesting. I mean, setting up such an intention for men is something that we need to talk about every day, because mental health on the part of men is being neglected.
Oh, it's always neglected. Even from childhood. They tell you the boy, if a small boy runs and falls, and say, hey, get up, you are a man, get up. But let the girl fall, oh, hello, no, somebody runs. So men have been taught to be fan doesn't cry.
Yeah.
Who told you men don't cry? If you don't cry, you are emotionally unhygienic. Yeah, you have emotional suffocation. You have emotional bruises. Crying is therapeutic.
Okay.
Sometimes when you are overwhelmed, one of the way you shed off the load, emotional load, is when you cry.
Some people think makes them look less of a man.
No. A man who can't cry is rather weak.
Hey.
Yes, it is weakness not to be able to cry. You see, vulnerability is part of us. If you can't be vulnerable anywhere, you are the most weakest person. Because the day you break down, you can't recover.
Wow.
Yeah, that's why you see women, they cry, they'll talk, they'll find someone and talk to. So, but the men, they are quiet, they don't talk, they are whatever. And most men listening now are frustrated. The year has started. They are overwhelmed with demands, expectations here and there. And most guys don't even know who to talk to. If a lady needs just data top up, there's somebody you can call. But the guy, who says, don't be biased here. So, remember I said I'll put a show for men, so I'll descend on it right now.
Help comes from heaven, from God.
And women, their help comes from where? Men.
That's the hierarchy.
That is why these days men are no longer interested in dating, because today young ladies have used relationship now as billing. Immediately a man say hello, you want to feel gas. Immediately a man say hello, no. So there are some guys now, we don't ask how are you again, no. Because once you ask how are you, I am not fine. My brother, don't ask further. Because, well, what is wrong with you? I have not eaten. What is wrong? Blah, 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 billing.
Yeah.
Brothers, be careful, because relationship now, these days, like you have picked an orphan to take care of.
That is just by the way.
By the way, please. So.
But there are some genuine men who willingly support their ladies.
No. It is in the nature of men to love. It's in the nature of men to provide. The man is a provider. The man is a go-getter. The man is the man wants to thrive. What frustrates a man the most is his inability to provide.
Exactly.
You understand that every man, but it's a yardstick where the man become a soul undertaker. No. It's a bad thing. Your head is not meant to be carrying load. Are you aware?
Yes.
So when is the head means that the man is not supposed to carry load. You are in a strategic position. So when your head of department here doesn't do all the work, he's in a place with strategic decisions. So the man in the head is supposed to make decisions because your eye is on the head, your ear is on your head, your nose. So 4 of your 5 senses is on the head to think for you, to see for you, to feel for you, to make decisions.
Right, Apostle.
Yes.
I understand where you are going to, but let me cut you.
Yeah, cut
now,
me.
Certain intentions are very important.
Yeah.
But, there are so many unpredicted, life happenings that we cannot stop them.
Yeah.
How do you advise us to stay flexible even when these things happen?
All right. So, number one, when you are setting your intentions, you must always make room for failure.
Okay.
Failure is not the opposite of success.
Okay.
Failure is part of the success process.
Okay.
So people should not be too regimented, too rigid. See, can I say this to anybody?
Say it.
A time comes in your life you will fail, accept it. A time comes in your life where you will fall, accept it. But anytime you fall or you fail, you have to do a review and then do what you call scenario analysis. Why did you fall? Why did you fail? Failure is a time to learn. Failure is a time to improve. So the first thing is that be flexible in setting your intention so that should in case something happen, you don't accuse yourself. The greatest frustration or the greatest harm you do to yourself is where you are in a place where you are condemning yourself. Self-condemnation is chaotic. Self-condemnation is deadly. So number one, how do you stay flexible? Allow allowance. Okay. Make allowance. Don't be a positive thinker. Be an optimal thinker. Okay. Growing up, they taught us to just be positive. Oh, I'm not going to fail. Me, I can never fall. Oh, I can never. No. When you are like that, you are regimented. And once you are rigid, when you break, we can't mend you. You must be like water. Water can enter into anything. Water is so flexible. Be like water, be like air. But don't be too rigid. Most people are too rigid.
Too serious.
You can't bend. You cannot adapt. We call something adaptation, and then you have to adopt or adapt. Adopt means that you look at a thing, it fits you perfectly. But to adapt means that it's okay, but you need to do a little polish the thing before you fix it. So don't be too rigid on yourself. Don't be too chinchina. Be flexible. Allow situation to happen to you, and don't condemn yourself. Don't blame yourself, so that you can create that allowance. Number 2, you must always be able to be predictable. Like I said, don't be a positive thinker. Be an optimal thinker. An optimal thinker envisage anything that can go wrong with your plan. For example, when the plan for the men's show, I envisage, number 1, all the challenges that we are likely to encounter on this journey, and then I prescribe possible solution. Okay, what happens if we take, after producing the show, the station we want to air, we go to, they say they won't. What happens if this? What happens this? So I was able to predict most of the challenges ahead. Most people don't do that. Get your plan. Find out what are the possible challenges that I may encounter. One of the reasons why most New Year resolutions don't come to the limelight is because most people don't have this plan. You are only positive. You didn't make allowance for failure. So when you are hit, it takes you by surprise.
Wow. Apostle, do you have any upcoming program or intentions for this year? If we could, know them.
You want to know them? Of course, one of which was not late. I want to run your beginning of year financial intelligence seminar, where I want to assess people's financial health. You see, this year, most people who are a bit wealthy have gone to the hospital to go and do a thorough checkup to find out whether they are physically healthy. When the year starts, you need to do a thorough checkup of your finances to see whether you are financially healthy, whether your business is financially healthy, whether your family finances, you are healthy. You need to run a check. So I want to run a seminar on, but it's a main program I want to run. Hopefully, it's likely to come at the tail part of this month. Yeah, at the tail part, where I want to run that. You come in, I'll run you through the questionnaire, the test. You assess yourself, see whether you are okay, so that we can actually, your kidney. So when you go for a checkup, you don't go to checkup because you are sick. You go to find out whether everything is okay, so that you are prepared for the inevitable. Like I was saying, have predictable possible outcome, different outcome. What happened, then you are prepared to just handle it. Yes. Yes.
Apostle, because of time, this is where we end our conversation. But could advise us. What advice will you give to us this morning?
Okay, so number 1, operate by 4 laws. Anybody going into the year, number 1, the law of proficiency, which is your skill. How skillful you are determine who you can serve. Number 2, operate by the law of excellence. That law says that your performance determines how well you be paid. Your performance. So when you go in to perform well. We measure value by performance. We measure intelligence by performance. Somebody have listened to me now, they have value, they have measured whether you are intelligent or not because of my stuff. Now we call another one the law of mentality. You always become what you think about. Like I said, your life goes the direction of 4 things: your dominant thought, your dominant desires, your dominant emotion, your dominant hurts. So people should be able to assess some of these things and then make a very concrete decision on some of these stuff. Let me not take too much of your time. That should be a few stuff that I want to leave behind for people.
And that was Apostle Theophilus Jerry's. He is the lead pastor and founder of the Flourishing City Chapel International, and he is the president and founder of And you're welcome back. Now, we are starting off, on a fresh slate. And so our first birthday celebrants for this month, let's have them so we celebrate them. So we thank God for your life and we pray for his abundant blessings upon you. Bill wishes you a happy, blessed birthday. Thank you so much, Bill, for bringing in your message. We also have friends are a lifetime of shared experiences and memories. A true friend is a gift to cherish forever. Thank you for all you do for me. I love you. Happy birthday, Amma. Okay, thank you so much. And this is also from Jessica, sending you the warmest birthday wishes. I hope this day is everything you've been hoping for. You are such a wonderful friend and I feel lucky to celebrate you today. This is to Judith from Jessica. So this is also from Segbeji, Washington, to Najiram Amiamu, wishing her a happy birthday. Najiram Amiamu. Sorry if I got your name wrong. Madam Beatrice Adaldesa, the Ministry of Food and Agriculture wishes you a happy birthday and congratulations on your retirement. The staff and management of MOFA are proud of you, of your service, and wish you a happy and fulfilling retirement. Okay, so those were our first birthday celebrants for today, and we are hoping to, read more, celebrate with you in our coming, Cocoa Digest sessions here on Clock TV. And so our phone lines are always open. You can send in your birthday messages to us, and we'll gladly read them out. Now, up next is our sports segment, and I have with me our sports journalist. But before that, let's take this quick break. When we come back, we'll have our sports segment.
Clog TV, beyond the policy.
What's that? What are you doing?
Painkillers.
Oh.
Koko Digest. My name is Nanaya Asari, and as always, it's a pleasure to come to your homes, to come to your phones, to come to your screens to give you the best updates in the world of sports. Yes, Mimi, today I'm doing the sports with you. You're not going anywhere.
I wanted to run.
Yeah, here with me. So quickly, let's run through the stories that are making up the headlines, and then we'll get back to you shortly on the major news that are making the stories. And this one says that Andre Ayew makes a shocking return to the Black Stars after 10 months. It's a question that we are all asking. Former Ash Gold attacker Seth Osei has also apologized to Kumasi Asante Kotoko. This one also says that Tyson Fury announces retirement from boxing, and then in our last story it says that a Liverpool win against Nottingham Forest might just end the title race. So yes, we'll be back to give you the stories in detail. Let's go for a short commercial break, and when we come back we'll give you the stories in detail. And we are back now, the sports stories in detail. The first one says Andre Ayew has started to make a shocking return to the Black Stars after 10 months exit. The captain of the Black Stars, Andre Ayew, is making headlines with his anticipated return to the Ghana national team after a 10-month absence imposed by head coach Otto Addo. The forward is currently with Le Havre in the French Ligue 1, where he has been performing exceptionally well, showcasing his skill as he helps his struggling team under coach Didier Degas. Despite his impressive form, Ayew's absence has been felt by the Black Stars, especially as he was left out of several selections during Otto Addo's second term. The 35-year-old last represented Ghana in March of last year, playing in the friendly matches against Niger and Uganda. Andre Ayew also recently scored in his last two games, one against his boyhood club, Olympique de Marseille, which his father also played for, and then also against RC Lens in the French Ligue 1. That makes it 2 goals in 2 games since the beginning of the year for Andre Ayew, and many people are touting for his return or his callback to the Ghana Black Stars, the senior national team. In our next story, we have former Ashanti Gold attacker Seth Osei has apologized to Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Seth Osei has issued an apology to Asante Kotoko and Nana Epinkra Ekwesi Iwa for not joining the club. After being close to sealing a deal, he almost signed with Kotoko last year but chose to go to South Africa to play for TS Galaxy instead. After a short stint there, his contract was terminated and he expressed regret for disappointing Kotoko fans. Now he's linked to a move to Hearts of Oak, sparking speculation about his next step in Ghana football. Now we switch to a little bit of boxing and back to football. International news. Tyson Fury has announced his retirement from boxing in a surprising turn of events just 2 days after Eddie Hearn announced that Wembley Stadium has been booked for a potential summer clash between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. Fury has declared his retirement once again. This isn't the first time we've heard of such news from the 36-year-old heavyweight after his victory over Dillian Whyte in April 2022. He also announced his retirement only to return 6 months after for a trilogy fight against Derek Chisora at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Fury boasts of impressive record of 34 wins and 1 draw, but his recent bouts against Ukraine's Alexander Usyk have proven challenging. Usyk emerged victorious in their first meeting by split decision and followed it up with unanimous decision last month. The boxing world is certainly going to miss Tyson Fury if he truly retires. And then in our last story, we switch on to sports, and we say that a Liverpool win against Forest might just end the title. I'm sure Arsenal fans will not be happy with this one, but another win for Liverpool on Tuesday night, that is today, this night, could lead Premier League officials to start planning the title celebration for May 25. It says that, however, questions are beginning to emerge from Arne Slot and his team as they head to the City ground. If Nuno Espirito Santo's side can replicate their surprising victory at Anfield back in September, it could raise some alarm bells for Liverpool. The Reds have been on outstanding form during the Christmas fixtures, building on a strong start to the new era. A decisive 6-0 win against Spurs provided a much-needed boost, even if Arne Slot had not have been pleased with the 3 goals his team allowed. Following that, Liverpool secured a comfortable win at home against Leicester and then dominated West Ham in a 5-0 win, an outcome that could have even been more lopsided. These victories have allowed Liverpool to maintain their lead at the top of the Premier League table, with Arsenal managing to find their form in their own matches. And Arsenal struggling to find form in their own matches, I should say. The title race is heating up, and all eyes will be on Liverpool on Tuesday as they look to continue their impressive run. Mimi, so these are the stories that are making the rounds when it comes to the world of sports. I want to hear your thoughts on this.
Out of the 4 stories, yes. I think what I can talk about is the Ghana Black Stars, where Dede Ayew makes a shocking, move as he intends to join the Ghana Black Stars again. But I feel it is high time we call a spade a spade. Dede Ayew is good. We understand he's good, but we need to give the young ones the opportunity to also showcase their talent. And so, in a way of incorporating Dede Ayew's leadership skills and other things in the players, I think he can be invited to talk to the players. He can, train them.
He'll be part of the team in some sort of capacity, but not playing.
Exactly. We don't need him on the field.
But looking at our past results without Dede Ayew, it looks like we need him because when he's on the field, we tend to perform quite better than when he's not. Considering the fact that we've lost to teams that we've lost to Sudan, we've lost to.
But he's not really going to perform any magic when he's back. Yes, we know he has
having
that
a leader on the pitch.
Yes, we understand. Yeah. But can't we have any other person? We tried Kudus. Was he bad?
I mean, you can't say he was good either because judging from the results, we haven't won any games since then. So.
Then I rest my case.
I mean, these are the sentiments of Ghanaians. Should Dede Ayew be called back? Should he be rested or be given some sort of capacity? Because anytime he's around, I think he boosts the discipline of the players. Yes, definitely. So these are some things that are happening, and
of course, I know something small about Arsenal.
Yes,
is Arsenal a good team? Because someone was talking about broken hearts. That if your boyfriend is, an Arsenal fan,
he does not that to Arsenal. Arsenal is a very good team, one of the top teams in world football. Yes, I heard that I can beat my chest and say
Barcelona and then the rest.
Oh no! I'm sure the person who said it is a Barca bias. He will be investigating you and the people that you talk to. Okay. I'm sure they are Barca people. And this other one that I said or saying he played for Ashanti Gold. He had a chance to join Kumasi Asante Kotoko. He turned that down, and then he went to South Africa because he was, it's often seen as though when you travel outside, you earn some dollars, and then you get paid well. But he went there after 6 months. His contract has been terminated, and he's coming back. And this is not the first time a Ghanaian player has left the Ghanaian league. He performs very well in the Ghanaian league. Travel outside, and then the performance doesn't match up. And then they need to be shipped back. So his contract has been terminated.
I think it boils down to the fact or the conditions of services in among the leagues or players we have in the Ghanaian leagues, because if they were really being treated well, I don't think they would want to even travel out and you know. But they also need the exposure, because you can't limit their capacities here in Ghana. You can't really sit on them, and you need to let them go out there. But if you're also going, you need to ensure that you are going and not coming back.
Exactly. So people are saying that the people are complaining, or that not complaining. The question, there are serious questions that are being asked about the quality of the Ghana Premier League, because players over here will be performing, scoring 15 goals, 18 goals in the season, and then they go to somewhere like maybe even Tanzania or maybe
Sudan,
or South Africa, as in this case, and then they struggle to find form or to actually be top of their game. So a lot of people are asking, is it that the quality of the Ghana Premier League is very low, or the caliber of the players? Yes, difference in grading systems. So it's very dicey over there. And then he came to apologize to Kotoko that, I'm sorry, I had a chance to. Yes, and shockingly, after apologizing, he's going to Kotoko's arch rivals, Akantuvok. So
I mean, you can see he's desperate to, be fixed somewhere. Let's consider him. He's good, so let's just consider him and fix him somewhere. All
right, so now we are going to consider him, and this is how we wrap up sports on Coco Digest. My name is Nanaya Asari. Today I did this with Mimi Abna Adede, and it's a pleasure. Thank you for bringing us to your homes, your phones, your screens to receive the best in the world of sports. Yes, this is how we sign up. Stay for the rest of us. We'll be right back after this short break.
Clog TV, Beyond the Policy.